Independent grind, powered by Tech Nine.
Joining us now is one of Strange Music's new MCs, Maez301. Maez, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Not bad. Hanging in there. So yeah, tell us where you're at right now. I know you're from Maryland, but you're not in LA right now.
Yes, I'm from Maryland. I'm currently based out of Los Angeles.
When did you make the move out there?
I've been out here about a year and a half. I got here September of 2017, so September will make it 2 years.
When did the idea, or I guess when did you get the idea to move out there, or what inspired the change?
My producer, EP Music, he reached out to me some time ago. He called me. He got my number from my uncle. I shared my music with my uncle. My uncle shared it with him, and it inspired him to just get on the phone with me. After a few phone conversations, and sharing some music with him, he was inspired to take the chance, and he just told me, come to California and follow his lead, and we would make it happen. And ever since, we've been making it happen.
When did the Strange Music thing come into the picture? Like, how far along into being in LA were you? Like, because I know you had linked up with Tech before, and I know, you had like Scoob and everything. So, like, when did that first start to take shape?
Well, Tech had already been a fan of me before I came to California because, my producer is connected to Tech Nine's security guard for over a decade now, I believe, Muggs. And Muggs is my manager. And so EP was sharing music with Muggs. And as Muggs began managing me and we began working closely, he would just play my music. He wouldn't, play it with the intention of like anybody being interested in it. He would just play it and people would hear it, or he'd share it and just say, this is my new artist or whatever. And so when Tech became a fan, he didn't just, he really liked the music, believed in the records, and wanted to work before he met me. And over time, I just began establishing a relationship where, like I said, I got to California in September of 2017 and met Tech in December of 2017. So only a few months later, I was in Kansas City touring the facility. So they had already been fans and wanted to meet me, and it was definitely a dream come true.
Yeah, what was that like for you? Because I'm sure, like, when you move cross country and you're like, oh shit, like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. I don't know, like, you're still so early on to get like a cosign like that from Tech. Like, what did that do for you, like, confidence wise, or for your music?
I mean, it just validated to me, or reassured me that this is what I was meant to do, that I was on the right path to get that type of recognition so soon, regardless of what maybe the general public thought about me. For somebody as legendary as Tech Nine to just be a fan, it wasn't just a business decision. He really liked my music and believed in me as an artist. It was very inspiring.
So then walk us through getting signed too, like, because I'm sure, like, you come tour the facilities and everything, but you still sort of have to wait. You're not quite sure. So what did it feel like? Like, walk us through what you went through getting signed, what that experience was like.
I felt like a high school recruit being recruited to like a top university. They were just very interested in getting to know me on a personal level. They showed me around the facility, introduced me to all of the staff. It was pretty surreal, and they couldn't believe that I wasn't already in a situation with another company of some sort. But I think it was because this was meant to be. It felt very divine. So it was an opportunity for me to meet Travis, and that was also pretty surreal. And then to just meet the rest of the staff. The facility is beautiful. There's so many different buildings, and it's just a beautiful location. I love the location. It was a very special feeling for sure. Definitely.
when did it sink in? Sort of like, so after you signed, and I know you were like out here doing some videos and stuff, but when did it, because it's all like I know when you were here, it was like a big rush. You're like signing and then you're doing like video stuff. You got like to record. So was there a moment where it like sunk in that you were like, holy crap, like I'm signed?
Moments like when I was shooting the A video with Tech9, just standing there chatting with him and going over the visual and just, it all seemed like this. It was just weird. It was like, okay, this is like my real life now. So that was interesting. But yeah, it for me, like when you spend so much time praying for, meditating, for something, you almost, when it happens, it's like you knew it was going to happen. And so I think for me, the journey is the most exciting part as opposed to the destination. And so there are moments where I might just be on the road to a show, or like when I travel back to Kansas City for the festival this weekend, it's those moments on the journey where it's like, wow, like this is amazing that I'm experiencing what I've prayed for, what I've prepared for, what I've worked for, more than just like, I guess the idea of saying I'm signed, but actually like engaging in some of the activities that come along with it, you know?
Yeah, I know you mentioned like the whole traveling to shows. I remember you actually stepped up on stage for the LA show, correct?
I did.
What was that like the biggest crowd that you've been in front of? Like, what was that like being in that environment and like having that opportunity to go up there in front of all Tex fans and play your music?
Well, I actually performed at the Nova last year with O3 Grito, and it was sold out. So it was a large audience then too. But I think the special thing about this time around is that I could see just a few fans here and there wording my lyrics, which I didn't see before. Nobody knew who I was last time, and this time, even if just a handful of people knew who I was, that was special for me. And so I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. People coming to see me and singing along to the stuff that I write. That's something I don't know that I'll ever get used to.
I think something that's cool about Strange is everyone's like, whether it's the artists and the fans and the artists together, like it feels like a big family. And it's like, so when someone's signed, it's like not just like another label getting an artist. It's like someone's like new, like almost like a new family member. Like what was your experience like, you know, getting to step out in LA and meeting the fans and seeing fans like receptive to you? What's it been like to sort of join the Strange family?
Yeah, it's definitely a family, and that's what I love the most is that it's very close knit, and so because of that family essence, everybody's energy is geared towards similar goals, and so I find it difficult for these things not to happen if we all are working toward the same things. It's just a special, like a lot of labels and things, you go into the building and you see somebody and you never see them again. But it's like when one person wins on Strange, we all win. It's a really close, it's hard for me to explain, but it's a feeling that I don't think you find anywhere else. Everyone is held accountable by everybody. And when one person goes, everybody feels, everybody knows it. Like, I know my boy Cole moved on, and so I know that whoever the new person is not just gonna like not gonna be felt. Like everybody's like, even it's the smallest person. You could be an artist, or you could be signed as like custodial services. That's Strange. Everybody knows everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like even if a new guy comes in and he's just like a sound guy, it's like everybody knows who he is. The family feels it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Has anyone, I know like you've obviously talked to Tech a bunch, but has anyone else, like, what's been your relationship with like other artists on the label? Like, has anyone given you advice? Who have you talked to? Like, who are you excited to see at Strange Fest? Is there anyone?
Chris Calico has given me advice when we've hung out. And I appreciate him sharing his knowledge with me for sure. I've had the opportunity to hang out with Noms from Mayday. And he's a really cool dude, UBI. They give me knowledge. We all hang out and just like to talk about our dreams and manifestations and whatnot. I haven't really gotten an opportunity to really hang out with anybody closely yet because I'm not based out of Kansas City and everybody travels together. I haven't started traveling yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to experience everybody in small doses, and everybody is awesome, for sure.
Yeah, you've sort of gotten like, I feel like, you know, a little bit across the game. Like you've released some music, released some videos, like done some shows and stuff. Is there anything that like you're really excited to dive into more? Like whether it's creating videos or making more music, like which part of it, I guess, are you excited to really jump into?
I'm excited the most to just get on stage and start really building a fan base. That's what I mean, because I've been making music my entire life. And the visuals are exciting, but I think what's most exciting is the opportunity to grow as a performer. That's where I have the least bit of experience, and so that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Mm-hmm. Have you been recording anything after you've been signed?
Oh, yeah, I'm always recording. Always recording, always working, always building the catalog.
Mm-hmm. Has that been like a source of inspiration for you? Or I guess, you know, how does that, once you reach this goal, like, because you're always like making music with the intention of releasing it to get signed or whatever, but then once you reach that goal, does it change anything in how you're creating?
No. Once I reach a goal, I have to start thinking out of the box and dreaming even harder, or you get lost in the shuffle. Because I'm seeing dreams become reality, and so it's like, all right, now I have to start dreaming more. So it only pushes me to start thinking even more outside of the box. And sometimes I'll say something in my song that I'm not currently experiencing, but I've seen so many of my lyrics I've spoken into existence, and so a lot of times I'm just speaking new things into existence through my music.
What's something you're, or like, I guess a lyric that nothing's recorded or anything, but like you've been writing that's sort of like, that's an example of that?
That I've spoken into existence?
Yeah.
Just the idea that I would be living my dreams and that I would be in rooms with great people because of the pursuit of that. I'm trying to think of the lyrics specifically. It's easier when I hear the songs, but just, I mean, even from No Rest, like trying to make my niggas bosses. We just, like, that's what I'm really trying to do. At some point, I want to employ all of my homies, and I will. But I know it comes from continuing to sacrifice for myself so that when it's time, I can create business opportunities for them. And so sometimes I'm very, oftentimes I'm not just saying stuff on records. I'm very conscious of, even with my song Advance, and I was like just talking about my community and some of the things that were one way and how and the changes that I want to make. It's just me trying to speak things into existence, for sure.
When you're not in the studio, what are you doing? Like, what do you like to do, I guess, when you're not recording?
I love to experience nature. It's probably my favorite thing to do, whether that be hiking or riding my bicycle or just standing and taking in a view. I also love to play basketball. I love to go to the beach. Love to watch basketball. Who
do you think's going to win the finals?
Oh, the Warriors are going to win. Is that really a question?
I keep trying to find a way to like lean it towards the Raptors because I'm tired of the Warriors winning. But I keep being like, oh, maybe it'll be a series, and then I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, no way.
No, we all know how annoying Drake's gonna be if the Raptors pull it off. So.
Oh my goodness, it's so obnoxious. Don't quote me on that, though.
Are you a fan of any team? Like, if you had to be a Drake for one team, which team would it be?
The Lakers.
The Lakers.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. As I start to get out and about more, if I'm not doing a show or have somewhere where I need to be, like I'm going to be Laker down. People are going to think I play for the Lakers. I got my Laker hoodie and socks on right now.
You probably could right now with like, you know, I feel like they could use some help.
Yeah, they need me out there.
Or in the front office or something.
Hey, I'm a sharpshooter too. So
well, I know you're coming for Strange Fest. If you want to talk a little about that and sort of like what else you got coming up that fans can get excited for.
Yes. So Strange Fest, that's going to be huge. That's going to be the biggest stage I've ever performed on. So I'm very excited for that. I'm also dropping music on my next EP, the A EP, June 19th. So that's going to be a collection of 4 new songs. I'm very excited. We got a dope feature coming up on that project, so I'm excited to share that new music with the fans. More visuals coming soon, so yeah, just stay on the lookout.
Awesome.
Next month is going to be exciting.
Dope. Well, we're looking forward to it. And before we let you get out of here, though, we got 3 random questions for you. The first is, you're stopping by a gas station or convenience store. What are you picking up?
Probably some gas. I guess maybe a water. I like room temperature waters. I need to drink more water. Those are the best ones. And then I'm trying to get away from eating candy. It's sugar is crack. You can quote me on that. Worst drug. So maybe like a what do you call it? Trail mix. Those are good. I'm not sure. I guess this is the most boring way to answer that question. Some trail mix and water.
It's reality, though. Hey, so you gotta clean it up sometimes. You gotta go with a healthy route.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at that.
All right, next question. You can only watch one movie for the rest of your life. Which one are you picking?
Ooh, I hate questions like this. Make me think too hard. I don't know. I can't answer that. I can't pick a favorite of anything. I'm not a favorite person. I would say I don't know. Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay. What about, is that what movie? What's a movie you've seen lately that you really liked?
I like the Green Book. That was a what was it called? It's called the Green Book. It was about this pianist named Don Shirley and him being on tour with I think it was like a white driver. Mm-hmm. So it was an interesting dynamic. I really liked that movie. Awesome. That was fun to watch. And
last question here, and then we'll let you get out of here. Sort of a two-parter. The person you would most like to be stuck on an elevator with, and the person you would least like to be stuck on an elevator with.
I would most like to be stuck on an elevator with Barack Obama. And I would least like to be stuck on an elevator with Lucifer.
Be a little hot on that elevator.
That's all I got.
Awesome, Maez. Well, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, we're excited for Strange Fest. I know we're excited to have you part of the Strange Music family, and we're all definitely looking forward to what else is coming.
Yes, thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate you guys for providing me with this opportunity.
You're locked in to Independent Grind on Dash Radio. Tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern for the latest hip-hop news, music, and interviews. Independent Grind only on Dash Radio, baby. Tech 9!
This is the genius, Chris Calico.
Cali, baby.
Letting you know you're tuned into Tech 9's Independent Grind on Dash Radio.